Welcome to Professional of the Month, the very first installment of Professional of the Month. For those of you that do or do not know me, my name is Joseph Worrell. I am President and CEO of Pro, P-R-O-H. People respect our hustle, the business that embodies and completely celebrates the passionate and the hustlers among us. It is what we do. It is what we love. Speaking of hustlers, I have the epitome of hustlers sitting right next to me, Mr. TailorMade-Style himself, DJ Hargrave. I really appreciate you being here today, my man.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. So, tell the people what you do, man. Tell them your website, all the things that you really do. I've already seen some stuff of your kind of work is really nice. It's really good. So, just tell people what you do.
Thanks, man. Yeah. So what I do is I'm a fashion blogger. My business model is basically I aspire to inspire. I write about fashion and style, specifically menswear. No women's wear right now, maybe in the future, but just sticking with what I know best. And what I do is, like I said, I write, I do a little bit of photography. You could call it modeling. I collaborate with fashion brands, help them get their name out.
Right.
Basically helping my readers to become the best version of themselves through dressing better and becoming better people in the process. That's my mission behind TailorMade-Style. You know, the name comes from your style is tailor-made to you, so you might as well own it, you know. And so that's just my goal, is to basically inspire people to become the strongest version of themselves through finding their style and expressing themselves through that.
I like that. I especially like that, aspire to inspire. Y'all heard that, right? I might have to take that one. You ain't coined it yet, have you?
No, I'm gonna patent it.
You gonna patent it? Nah. Don't make that. You know what I'm saying? You might end up seeing that on the bottom of my doggone logos for my stuff. But anyway, that's really dope, man. That's really cool. See, I see a lot of your photography. I see a lot of your the brands that you see on Instagram when you tap the screen and everything. So that is what you do, yeah. So how does that go about? Like, do they send you stuff and you just blast on your Instagram page, you model it, and you just put it up there, let people know what's up?
Yeah, I mean, working with brands is just the cherry on top of the pie, I guess you could call it. You know, it's like the main thing that I do is inspire, put out content as much as possible, and the brands, it just kind of comes as it does.
So the brand stuff is that's not your main focus of doing what you do.
Right, exactly. Now, it is how I keep the site alive and running.
Right.
But that's not the main motivation behind what I do.
Right.
But obviously, you know, I only work with brands I believe in, so it's amazing to grow up wearing certain brands and then have them come to you and say, hey, like, we want to work with you, help you get your name out and all that. So
you don't collaborate with everybody, but you collaborate with the people that's tailored to you.
Probably for every 10 offers there's probably 2 or 3 that I just don't do. Like, for example, I mean, it's kind of funny, I was offered to work with some brand that had like light up sneakers. I'm like, I'm 20 years old. Light up sneakers. And you know, that's what I have to do as you know, the guy running this thing. I can't tell people to find your own style that's tailor-made to you and then just go off and do something.
Pick up with every single brand that comes to you, right? Because that's not you.
Exactly.
It's not tailored to you. Right.
So for example, like what I'm wearing right now, this pocket square was from a sponsor, this watch, these socks, and everything else I bought for myself.
Right.
So it's not like I'm just getting free stuff all the time. I have brands I believe in, I still pay for. I'm still a consumer, but it is who wouldn't turn down free clothes, you know? So
exactly. And you're on your way, you're rising too. Like, this is pretty much just the beginning. You've been at this for what, how long?
About 13 months now.
Barely even a year.
It's
like
been a grind.
A little bit over a year.
Yeah.
So what really made you get into this? Like, was it something that you always loved, or was it like something that you discovered later on, like as you started? You know, like, was it a passion at first?
Well, I've been on Instagram for about 2 years. So I started following these guys who dress well on Instagram. I didn't know they were bloggers, but they were guys who dressed well. I thought, hey, I'd like to look cool just like them, but I never actually aspired to be a blogger. It was late my freshman year over at High Point University that I thought, okay, I'm starting to grow up. I feel like I need to start something. I started a club or an organization on campus, but I never started a business. So I said, what's something that's low cost, something I could put a ton of time into on my own, and just watch it grow organically. So I thought, well, I might as well start a blog. The expenses are $10 a month for the website and buying a camera, of course. And from there, I mean, I just fell in love with blogging. I had no idea what I was doing, but I just ducked my head down and ran with it, and here we are.
Man, how about that? I was just about to ask, that was my next question for you. I was about to say, so how did you get to where you are today? You know, I mean, like I said, you're still on the rise, but you still have a really good following. I can see that. People really flock to you, you know what I'm saying? You put out great content and stuff. So I'm like, so how did you get to where you are today? And like, were there any like specific things that you did in order to get you to where you are? And like, do you like continue to do those things today?
Right.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is consistency.
Right.
And I think that applies to anyone, not just someone who's trying to build a blog, but anyone who's trying to build a business, build a brand. Even in life, if you're in a relationship, if you're trying to get better grades, like anything in life, it's all about consistency. Because a lot of people, they aren't in it for the long game. They're just looking for the short-term benefits of whatever it is.
Yeah.
So with blogging, that's what it was. Like I said, I've been at it for 13 months now. And it's just been all about consistently posting 4 to 5 times a week, 2 to 3 times a day at times.
Yeah.
And that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah.
Let alone for 90 days, then you extend that to over a year.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a long grind. So it's all about consistency. And that'll only come by loving what you do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what professionals do.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's one of the things I try to give with the content I put on Instagram. It's consistent persistence. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. They see something like blogging and stuff, they want to get into it, but then they don't see the behind the scenes that what really goes into doing it. Because you're shelling out content constantly, you know. So that's a definite grind. I can definitely see that. So like when you first got started on this journey, did you have predetermined goals for this?
I did, actually.
Okay. So what were some of them?
To be a full-time blogger, first of all, I did start TailorMade-Style out of passion, but I do believe in purpose.
Right.
You know, I'm sure you are as well. You're a man of purpose, and that's how I live my life and everything I do. Every small and big decision I make in life, there's a why behind it. I don't just go with the flow and do things just because. So when I first started this blog, I said, what do I want the long-term benefits to be? And of course, what are some of the perks that will come in the short term? So just thinking long-term, I said, I know I want to do this full time because inspiring people is a huge responsibility, but it's fun at the same time.
Right.
Secondly, I mean, I believe in creating my own destiny. That's at the forefront of my mind every day when I wake up. And I remember just being like a week into blogging and just remembering, man, if I could wake up every single day and do this full time,
just do this,
man.
Yes.
I couldn't even put that in words. Just how I feel. So that's the long-term goal with TailorMade-Style. And of course, there are other things. I want to start a non-profit off of it, potentially turn into a media agency or some company that deals with menswear. Might put out a suit line. You never know.
Yeah,
Get you one of those.
Oh yeah, you know, you gotta put me in there. You know what I'm saying? Because when I rocks it, I rocks. Yeah. People are like, you know what I'm talking. Send me some hearts. Come on now. You know you like that one. You know you like that one. That's cool though, man. That's cool. So while you were doing this, say 13 months in, that's a long time. Not really, but for a lot of people, that's a long time of doing that. You know, like you said, posting 4 or 5 times out the week, 90 days to a year.
Right.
So along that time, did the goals that you had, did they change along the way? Did you tweak them at all? And then, you know, did they follow through?
Oh, for sure. And I think that comes with building an audience and having influence in general.
Yeah.
You start something in the beginning and you think, oh, this is going to be cool. And then it's like people start listening to what you're saying. You actually have a voice. That's what the world calls influence. And once you have that, you have to kind of figure out, okay, what am I going to do to make the world a better place through this? I can't just try to look cute on the camera and get free clothes. Like what kind of brand is that? You know, you have to turn it into something bigger.
Yeah.
So I am in that phase of still building an audience, and as it grows larger and larger, I think more and more about what I'm going to do in the long term with it.
That's definite. Yeah, because a lot of that chauvinistic quality, there's nothing that's in you. I can tell that already. So you trying to say building a business off of you looking good in front of a camera and all that kind of stuff, that doesn't equate to passion, I don't feel.
Right.
And it's something it's a misconstrued belief throughout our generation now. It's like the flashiness, you know what I'm saying? They want to have the this and the that, the instantaneous gratification, and it just doesn't happen that way.
Right.
You know, and having a purpose bigger is definitely, it's just a blog, right?
Exactly.
People would just think it's just a blog, but you have such a higher vision for it, you know?
Exactly.
And that's really admirable, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know? So I would also like to ask, so is it something really a higher purpose that you feel like, do you really think, you really feel in your soul that this is what you're supposed to do? Because a lot of people, I've had this question asked me before, it's like, how do you know that it's really something that you should be doing? Like, is this really your calling? So is this something that's burning in you? It's like, I know that I'm supposed to do this and this is who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah. I believe that if you wake up every day and there's something in your life that you just can't go without doing. Even the days that I don't blog, I feel like I have to, but at the same time, I know that I'm on an editorial schedule. I know that I have to take time off.
Right.
When you're in those time periods of your life where it's time to, you know, take a seat back, but you still want to be pursuing something, you still want to be out there doing it, then that's what you're supposed to be doing. Another point that I reached where I knew that it was what I was supposed to be doing was when I reached a point where not only did I think that I was getting good at what I was doing, but other people started telling me.
Right.
And some people will take that some way or the other, but honestly, I mean, it's true. You know, especially as a content creator, you can't put out stuff that people don't like.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to be credible. You're not going to build a following. No one's going to trust you.
It's got to be organic. It's got to feel like it's really coming from you.
Exactly.
Like it's real.
So those were the 2 points where I realized that, hey, this is something I'm probably supposed to be doing.
I like it, man. I really like it. I hope you're getting inspired just listening to you, bro. Oh, they're smiling. Look at you. Well, I want to really congratulate and thank you so much for being here, man. You are completely and truly a professional in your own sense. Matter of fact, why don't you tell me, what truly makes you a professional?
What makes me a professional is that I'm creating my destiny, one blog post at a time, inspiring one person at a time, doing what I love, doing what I'm passionate about on my own schedule, hoping to make a better future for myself and the people around me.
Be on the lookout. Follow me on Instagram, PROH_LLC. Tell them, where can they find you? Where can they find you on Instagram?
At TailorMade-DJ on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter.
And on Twitter too?
And that's www.TailorMade-Style.com.
Go and visit it. It's an awesome, amazing website. It really is. The photography, the way he puts the clothes together. I mean, you can see it right here. Like, and this is just the basics. I'm telling you, this guy has got it. Before I let you go, I want to present you with this. You are going to be the very first person to have one of these. My people on Periscope, the people on Facebook. He's going to be the first person to wear and model professional merchandise. So my man, to you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I can put this on right now.
Oh, you gonna put it on for me?
Yeah.
Put it on for the people.
Man,
you know, because it's
gorgeous.
Oh,
Slide
it on there. Slide it on there.
Perfect, man. I love it. I love the crown.
It's nice,
Makes me
right?
feel like a CEO.
Yeah, because I mean, we're aspiring higher. People who are professionals, we're aspiring higher. We're kings and queens, you know, in this life. So we should behave as such.
There we go.
You know? Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. Things have to be done. People got to go places. I really appreciate all my people on Periscope. If you send me some hearts, if you're watching, I really appreciate you being there. You got a real good feel of the live and the real on this. My people on Facebook, you as well. All the people that tuned in, I really appreciate you. Remember, my name is Joseph Worrell, President CEO of PROH. People respect our hustle. We motivate, we celebrate the people, the passionate among us. Is what we do, is what we love. My people on YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. You definitely will. Tune in for June's Professional of the Month. It'll be just as great. It's gonna be an amazing man, somebody that I feel everybody should have in their life. I really appreciate you all being here. People on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube. Signing off. Peace.